Oh, I forgot again to change it. I will be sure to change the card so that it doesn't talk about rebirth. Man, that little snap of the fire, it's so satisfying. Really nicely done. Okay. That's working. That's working. Okay. Alright, everything looks good. Getting this out of the way. I am adjusting my setup a little bit here. Hello. Hold on. Someone remind me to update the AFK card because it's just ridiculous now. Vampire Therapist .exe. There we go. Is the sound still okay? I haven't changed anything from last time, but I just want to make sure that, maybe I accidentally touched a control that I didn't mean to touch or something. Vampire Therapist is extended FF7 Arcane and it's fine. If that was true, then the various villains in the series would not be nearly as wild as they are, and Genesis would probably be, peacefully farming somewhere instead of doing whatever the fuck happened in Crisis Core. I don't understand. To this day, I do not understand the ending of that game. Yes? Your next client is one Vincent Valentine. Vincent's okay. He got through his baggage. He's okay. There are other people who desperately need a therapy more than Vincent does, in my opinion. Oh. May I offer you something to drink? Oh, so we finished Sam's therapy session last time. We learned about his brother and his terrible family, and how he blames himself for how his life went, and also blames the United States and all that. And we learned about blaming as a cognitive distortion. Anyway, my friend Amanda says Vincent has a PhD. She doesn't know from where, but she trusts him anyways. Why does she say he has a PhD? Hello, Mackie. Let's see. We helped out Isabella last time. We saw Panoptibella again. I don't know what her deal is yet. She just says that she sees us and she likes it when we bite her, so... Okay... we helped Edmund again, and we're about to probably talk to Train?
Yeah, you got any drinker's blood?
Oh, you mean like alcoholic's blood?
I know you are joking. You will not dilute your blood before a session.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe there was some confusion when they had it as you will not drink, because that's all that vampires do. But he means cut it with alcohol. She said that when he said something in one of the games that was a very biochemistry informed comment. Oh, really? Huh. Do you happen to remember what that comment was? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I know, you're right. I just don't know who I'm meeting tonight. Is it gonna be Dr. Drain or that Lord Luridus fella?
You only met a single individual last time. and she will meet only a single individual this time.
That's true.
Do not let Dr. Drain's avoidance of accountability confuse you.
Do not let his avoidance of accountability confuse you. Alright.
You saw the guy, though. Lord Luridus ain't nothing like Dr. Drain.
You don't remember what it was? Okay, that's fine.
And why do you think that is, Samuel?
It's easier for him to blame Luridus.
Well, maybe it's easier for Dr. Drain to blame Lord Luridus.
Correct, Samuel. A mild change in personality would be within Dr. Drain's control. Luridus is not, and therefore, Dr. Drain relinquishes control. Prepare yourself, my friend. Let us find the darkness that lives within Dr. Drain.
He was offering last time to let us find out. This is butthole. Anyway, I feel like blaming is going to be here, and possibly this. I don't think mind reading is really his issue. Probably. I'm torn between taking, like, no, I don't think personalization is his issue either. Maybe a control fallacy. Where is Oofreeze? You mean aside from the fact that he's a blood-sucking monster? Labeling, is it, Andy? Is it really? I forget which book it was. In one of the Anne Rice books, Lestat goes to hell, and I don't remember what he actually does in hell, but when he comes back, he's got like this like a human girl friend kind of deal. It's been a long time since I read it. Anyway, she has something going on with her period where she's just been bleeding constantly. So, you know, of course, Lestat gives her oral, and that cures the problem. Jesus didn't try that, I'll tell you what. Let's see. Let's go for labeling. Confirm.
All right, I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Do not fear, Samuel. I shall not let Dr. Drain hurt you, no matter what he is calling himself. Do what you do best.
He's got a gun.
I will, I promise. And here he comes, whoever he is today.
Let's find out.
Doc.
Oh, he's fine. Maybe.
Somewhat taciturn today, then. Well, don't be upset with me. I did warn you about that beast. At least now you recognize the urgency in being rid of him.
So bitchy. Constantly bitchy.
Perhaps now we can stop beating about the bush and actually fix my addiction problem.
I'm here to help, but if we're gonna lick this thing, we gotta do it honestly. And that means getting to the root of the problem.
So loaded.
I tire of this self-examination process. There must be something efficacious that I can do. Perhaps some sort of aversion therapy.
What? Like, you want me to squirt you with a water bottle every time your dick goes up? Like, what?
I am willing to do whatever it takes to make that villain just go away.
Then you gotta be willing to address the big old elephant in the room.
And what is that?
You... I kind of want to say... I'm gonna say... I want to see how he reacts if I say this.
I hate to say it, but Lord Luridus is kinda hot, ain't he?
I've never seen the man, and I fail to see what relevance his physical appearance has to my problem.
Well, I just thought you should know.
I could perform an MRI on you, you know. Perhaps rigor mortis has hit your brain.
Ow.
Actually, it was something else I was gonna mention.
Yeah, it was something else. You're the same person.
You and Lord Luridus ain't two different people. You keep talking about him like he's someone else, but you both got the same brain in there.
Yeah.
Complete and utter nonsense. You've met him. We share absolutely nothing in common. And what's more, I am fully aware that he hates me. Take a look at this note he left on my desk.
Oh my god.
That's supposed to be you there with the micro penis?
It was the drawing that hit me first. I didn't expect him to go out and use the word micropenis. uh,
Indeed. Juvenile humor, to be sure. Certainly nothing I would produce.
what would you produce?
Ain't he got the same penis, though?
Quite so. I have no doubt he does the most terrible things with it.
So somehow he's got a different brain than you do, but the same penis. Something ain't adding up here, Doc.
I resent what you are suggesting. I have no effect on what Lord Luridus does.
Oh, I have to do something. Oh, control fallacy? Nope, I'm
Dr.
blaming, I
Drain
guess.
seems to assign
Okay.
himself no responsibility
Okay.
at all for the actions of Lord Luridus.
Yeah, okay.
Is this fair?
Sorry, Andy. I just couldn't
I resent what
focus.
you are suggesting.
I know you're a pretty responsible fella, but you're giving Lord Luridus more credit than he deserves.
What on earth are you talking about?
You know that old stereotype mortals like to spread about us where we can't go into a place until we're invited?
Oh, it's a stereotype, huh?
A ludicrous idea with no basis in scientific truth.
Oh.
Ain't you giving Lord Luridus your permission to come in and do what he does when you take that plasma stuff?
I didn't invite him in the first time. I had no idea what I had created. That his presence would become an addiction was not known to me.
Dr. Drain, you're a scientist. Your stock and trade is in facts, ain't it? Let's leave thought out of this for now. You gotta be my scientist here and stick to what we know.
Very well. Yes. The genesis of Lord Luridus was in the actions and choices I took. Are you quite satisfied?
Yeah.
Doc, we ain't here for my satisfaction. Do you really think that?
Well,
Well, the fact that I am upset right now certainly lends credence to the idea that you are trying to shame me.
I won't lie to you, Doc. The people that Lord Luridus has hurt probably would have a bone to pick with you.
Oh.
But I ain't here to punish nobody. That ain't the way to help you. In this room, we're working together. You're doing the hard work, and I'm just giving you support. Catch my drift, partner?
I love Sam.
And so you do me even greater shame through kindness. I cannot win. Perhaps I should simply let that beast, Lord Luridus, have his way with me.
My God, the fanfics just writing themselves.
Come on now, Doc. You're jumping right to doom there. There's so many ways this therapy thing could go for you. It ain't we destroy Lord Luridus or Lord Luridus wins. Jumping right to catastrophe just ain't realistic. Already you're fighting him by being here.
Absolutely.
That means there's definitely something in the middle. And working together, we'll make things better. Maybe not completely better. This work ain't never done.
Ooh, true things about therapy.
Of course, I am forgetting myself. I'm not usually prone to extremes. I shall attempt to be more mindful.
You aren't usually prone to extremes? It's okay.
I ain't expecting you to be perfect, Doc. And I don't want you to expect perfection from yourself either. What I'm asking you for is self-compassion.
Yeah. You okay, Mags? An unqualified admission of a slip due to stress. Holy shit, yeah.
That ain't erasing blame. It's just approaching yourself from a place of understanding. That's a scientific method, ain't it?
Ah, God.
I doubt many in the scientific community would agree with such a statement, but I believe I understand the thrust of it.
You good, Mags? I offer one internet hug if you need it. Damn.
We cannot address facts if we mask them in emotionality.
That's exactly it, Doc. I couldn't have said it better myself.
You're fine. Okay.
Indeed. Thus my attempt to synthesize the thought properly.
Well, thank the dark powers that made us. Someone in here's the smart one.
Hey.
Very well. We shall take a strategic, scientifically sound approach. We will agree upon facts, develop hypotheses, test and validate.
Yeah.
If I rely on the science, I will never be wrong.
Well, sounds good to me, compadre. Let's start assembling them facts. Can I ask you some questions then?
You may. Let us begin.
Alright, so you told me that the thing that makes your plasma addicting is how good it makes you feel when you wake up from it. From your scientific perspective, what makes it feel good?
Oh, God.
From a chemical perspective, good feelings, or positive emotions, are the result of neurotransmitter action. Consider Considering the specific emotions felt in the immediate moment are contentment and satisfaction, it is certain that I am experiencing an oxytocin and dopamine release.
Uh-huh.
It is a primal limbic response. In laboratory settings, we observe a constant drive in animals towards stimulating the release of amygdala-receptive neurotransmitters.
I think you're gonna need to boil that down for me, Doc.
I did not come here to teach, but so be it. Ask your questions.
Talk to me about your limbic system.
What's the limbic system do?
The limbic system functions as the emotional center of the brain, responsible for emotional responses such as joy, fear, and anger.
So it's like the part of my brain deciding if I should be scared of a rattlesnake or happy about a belly full of blood?
Precisely. It plays a crucial role in forming memories and making decisions based on emotional experiences. Often called the lizard brain, it's evolutionarily one of the older parts of the brain, indicating its fundamental role in regulating survival instincts.
I've been called lizard brain before, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a compliment.
Alright, talk to me about neurotransmitters.
What's this about neurotransmitters?
Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that neurons use to communicate with each other. For example, social bonding reliably triggers a release of oxytocin, creating a sense of security and attachment.
So if I'm reading you right, when I'm feeling all snug after a good feed, is them oxytocin neurotransmitters doing their thing?
Exactly. This process is an integral part of our brain's reward system, encouraging behaviors that are perceived as beneficial for our survival and well-being.
So survival feels good, basically.
Yes, though I would not publish such a statement in an academic paper.
Alright.
So what's all this stuff really mean in the end, Doc? Why's this neurotransmitter stuff even matter?
An intriguing question. Naturally, emotion does not have a practical evolutionary application on its own. However, these emotions signal to the reptilian brain whether or not we are under threat.
Oh, well, dang, now I think we're getting somewhere. I think the answer's right in front of us.
Oh? And what is it that your rooting, tooting brain can synthesize that mine cannot?
Rooting, tooting brain. On a meta level, I like that they're using the scientific approach for Drain as a way to teach depressed people why it's all in your head is both true and not. It's actually a very clever way to explain the mineral. Yeah, I agree. I like a lot of the way that they're they had like a team of actual therapists for consulting in this game, and it shows. It's good stuff. He needs a psychiatrist, he needs to live in the woods, or he feels safer.
You don't feel safe on your own. Taking that plasma forces you to get that neurotransmitter hit.
An intriguing theory. However, evidence stands against it. Like it or not, I am a vampire. The only thing that may threaten me is the sun or a more powerful vampire. I should not be experiencing feelings of mortal danger. I am not immortal. Logically, I should know such a thing is ridiculous.
Oh, two should statements in one.
There's them should statements again, Doc. It doesn't matter what logic says. You still got that part of your brain that says it's in danger, and that part doesn't care about logic.
An astute point, and an inconvenient one. That we should be saddled with such vestigial, primal concerns is most unfortunate.
Can't avoid the fact that we still got them human concerns. At least we don't gotta poop, huh?
Sam, alright.
Oh dear. And you are doing so well. At least I have nothing to fear from you.
It's true, though. We're still animals, partner. We gotta satisfy the animal. Just not through pooping.
If Freud was here, I wonder if he would say, like, Sam is stuck in the anal stage of development, or whatever the fuck it was.
But we are immortal. Why do we have animal needs, fears, and emotions? What possible use do they have?
No.
Poor Dr. Drain is diminishing the entire human, or rather animal experience in his pursuit of logical outcomes. Quite dogmatic for a scientist.
Really?
But we are immortal.
So,
Why do
this?
we have
Sometimes, Doc, you are just too smart for your own good. You're logicking away all the good things about being human.
Oh, maybe it says something that I get caught up in the way he thinks. And so, I was immediately like, maybe, I mean, he's not wrong, animals, but I should have been seeing that he's also just, he's overgeneralizing too much and making it all about, like, terrible animal desires.
I mean, let's say we freed ourselves from those biological concerns. Got rid of all them fears and insecurities and quirks. Why are we doing anything then? I don't know about you, Doc, but I don't want to turn into a computer. All them great discoveries and works of art came from our humanity.
Yeah.
Perhaps it is so. Do you know, I met Isaac Newton several times. The young fellow was motivated indeed, but it was his human vindictiveness that made him so effective.
Was Isaac Newton also a vampire?
All those motherfuckers who called me a nerd are going to pay, mark my words, he would say. Or something along those lines.
So, he was making sure none of those motherfuckers could hurt him.
That was certainly part of it. It was not just the love of science that drove the man.
Awesome.
It is such a disappointing notion, however, to think that we cannot transcend our reptilian brain, even when we are beyond death.
We're dealing in facts, though, and I think what we're coming to is that your reptilian brain doesn't feel safe.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. But I must admit that it is somehow true. What a devastating revelation. Dr. Drain, for all his scientific achievement, is just an emotional little laboratory rat who bases all his decisions in fear.
This is either labeling or disqualifying.
Man, you just jump right to that extreme. You're probably the smartest fella I ever met, Doc. You ain't a science god, but who is? I think there's a lot of room between being a lab rat and being the perfect logical being.
You are, of course, correct. I'm letting my emotions get the better of me. Most unscientific.
Doc, I want to go back to one of them things I was telling you about in our first session, and that's self-compassion.
Oh god, this is gonna hurt.
Let's say you had some vampire apprentice, a scientist like you, who didn't know nothing like what you know, and said they were down on themselves for all the reasons you are.
Oh man.
What would you say to them?
Well, I would explain that progress is non-linear. The scientific method, in fact, celebrates failure. That which does not conform to theory still informs theory.
God damn it, I really like that. Fuck.
Any chance you could put the scientist away and talk to their human side?
Well, I suppose I would say that it is fine, that all things are temporary, and the universe does not care to condemn them.
That's true.
So how can we get you to say them things to yourself, Doc?
My situation is not the same. I was trained in the age of discovery.
Oh.
I bear the responsibility for that age.
Oh, dude.
What if this project of mine, to create the blood that will sustain the world, is not what I am here for? Then what is my purpose?
Well, let me ask you. What's the purpose of a gopher?
Rodentia, Geomedae. Rodents endemic to North America, known for their tunneling ability and as agricultural pests. I believe they are the prey of owls, snakes, and coyotes, and are omnivorous themselves, consuming vegetables, insects, and small mammals.
Gophers eat small mammals? I didn't know that.
I wasn't expecting you to be so thorough. I don't think I knew half that stuff.
I have come to learn nearly everything there is to know about mammalian biology as a result of my research.
Oh.
Please get to the point.
Good lord, Lyra is dying tonight. The purpose of a gopher is to go. Shut up.
I think I forgot what it was now.
That is not encouraging.
Hold on a sec, I think I've got it.
He's like a gopher. Gophers are real cute. Gophers have a purpose. I think you're just like a gopher.
Well, see, you're kind of like a gopher.
Am I now? Pray tell, how am I like a gopher?
Well, you live underground, and you're real alert all the time.
And
that's it.
Okay, this is not the purpose.
Science save us.
Excellent.
Hold on, I think I remember now.
Gophers are real cute.
Gophers are real cute, with their little hands and all. They might be vermin, but they're pretty adorable.
Most animals will hunt if they need the nutrients. That's true, but like I just didn't know like gophers had like do they even I don't know what their teeth look like. I had no idea that they were omnivorous, but it makes sense. If they're gonna eat like bugs and stuff, no reason why they can't go after like little mice. I thought gophers were small. Are they not small?
So you are suggesting what? That I am cute vermin?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I was just trying to lighten the mood.
By making me want to pull my own hair out?
Oh, wait, that wasn't it. The thing about gophers is...
Gophers have a purpose.
Gophers have a purpose. Driving people crazy, that's what. Used to wreak havoc on the farmland back in Missouri.
Is gopher just another word for a prairie dog? I honestly don't know.
absolutely ridiculous. That is not their purpose. It's an ill-informed anthropocentric philosophy defined and subscribed to entirely by said anthropocentrists.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know bugs could do that.
Anthropocentrists, not arthropods. Humans. Homo sapiens. I am saying that you have created a purpose for the Gopher that the Gopher is entirely unaware of.
Well done, Drain.
So, who made your purpose, Dr. Drain?
What? Well, I did, I suppose.
So if you made it, you can change it, right?
But how could I change my purpose? I have always been a scientist. So that's what I am.
All right, Will. Let's take that scientific approach and try to figure out who the man behind the scientist is.
Very well. If we look at the behavior of our subject, myself, we can infer a few things. If we examine my behavior, one can draw comparison to a threatened higher-thinking mammal. I spend much time in ensuring personal safety and security.
What about your more peaceful moments? What do they look like?
I believe these feelings are only medically induced through my special plasma. However, Dr. Drain appears to be at rest when he is full and satisfied.
And your synthetic blood doesn't do that for you.
I am forced to admit that at present, it does not.
Dr. Drain, what do you think of drinking something a little more fresh and human?
I will not. I do not have to. That depraved vampire, Lord Luridus, is the source of all that is base and vulgar about my person.
Hold your horses there, partner. Maybe Lord Luridus ain't a refined gentleman, but calling him depraved is just like calling yourself depraved.
But I do not do the depraved things Lord Luridus does.
But you're starting from a position of disgust for the Lord Luridus part of you. How are you going to reconcile what he is when you're labeling him?
But I don't wish to reconcile with him.
Well, what if you indulge Lord Luridus once in a while? Maybe you could keep him from coming out.
Do you not understand what I have been working toward for the last 400 years? I will finally be able to transcend this thing that I am. I shall be a parasite no more.
Come on, Dr. Drain, what you are ain't a parasite. Look what you've done with your time here.
Oh, forgive me for wanting to transcend the lifestyle of a female mosquito.
Well, heck, maybe you wouldn't be so keen to transcend if you didn't call yourself them names. We all gotta consume to live, Bronco. Ain't no such thing as a perpetual life machine.
Bronco.
I believe you are trying to invoke the first law of thermodynamics.
Refresh my memory.
Energy cannot be destroyed or created in an isolated system. It can only be transformed.
Oh, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Well, it is a salient point, I must admit.
Dr. Drain, we really gotta talk about some kind of middle path here. Back home, we tried the whole abstinence thing a few times, and it didn't go too well. We tried to stop drinking, and that just made people only do bad drinking. We tried telling teenagers sex was evil, and that just made them want it even more while being ashamed of themselves.
Wow.
What if you just tried to do some of them things Lord Luridus does? Just don't do them the way he does.
I find the idea utterly repellent.
Yeah, but then you go and take that plasma, and Lord Luridus makes the decisions. We don't want that, right?
Fine. I'll drink some blood. But I warn you, Sam, the price of failure is most dear. If I should lose my humanity, all of humanity will lose.
What?
Doc, you really can't be putting the weight of the world on your shoulders. That ain't something you can control, compadre.
Yeah, it's for real, dude. That was a huge jump to an extreme. You're a volunteers.
Now I know you're a capable fella, but the world is gonna turn with or without you.
You think so? I can't imagine someone with my highly rational mind feeling so strongly if my prediction weren't firmly rooted in fact.
My God.
I know it all seems real heavy right now. Just show yourself a little compassion and patience. Beating yourself up over a future that ain't happened yet isn't gonna help you.
Guilty.
We need to go back to this thing I brought up before. You're a smart fella, Dr. Drain, but sometimes you're forgetting vampire commonality. We've all felt like the world was ending or that we're awful monsters. But them feelings are our perceptions alone.
Yes, I'm aware. Perhaps I've been a little too human in my foibles.
Foibles? I've never heard someone say the word out loud before. I thought maybe it's like foibles. Apparently it's foibles.
However, you forget my training in history. I am not an average vampire.
Oh my God.
I was trained by the great Professor William Harvey. I have had 4 centuries to unlock the secrets of animal biology. I have a duty to humanity and to my own legacy. A duty I should not fail in. Otherwise, what was it all for?
I have a duty to humanity and to my own legacy. Dude, I should not fail it. Otherwise, what was it all for? It's one of these two. Nope, not
Dr.
labeling.
Drain is so certain of what he must do, and he does not consider any other fate. We immortals often become stuck in such thinking, alas.
I have a duty to humanity and to my own legacy. A duty I should not fail in. Otherwise, what was it all for?
Is it a control fallacy? Nope.
Dr. Drain is so certain of what he...
I have a duty to humanity and
Nope.
to my...
Dr. Drain is so certain...
Sorry,
I
Auntie.
have a duty to humanity and to my own
Is it a
legacy.
should statement? It's
A
just
duty
not
I should
literally.
Hold your horses
Okay,
there,
yes.
amigo. You say you've got a duty to humanity? Well, that ain't scientific at all. It ain't just anthropocentric, it's Dr. Drain-centric. Nobody said you had to do anything. Remember when we first started talking, I told you about them should statements? That's what you're doing, compadre. Just remember that them shoulds are yours.
Yes.
Yes. I must be frustrating to you, Sam. I invoke the same delusions over and over again.
Oh, no. No.
Hey, come on, Doc. You should be proud of yourself.
Yes.
You know what the difference is between you and vampires who never improve themselves?
He's not concerned about being cool. He's here.
You're here. You've made a commitment to getting your head on straight. And you're getting there, my friend. Already you're making some big changes and investing in yourself. I can see it. So let's cut Dr. Drain a break. How about it, amigo? He doesn't need the weight of the world on him.
Oh no, this is so good.
There's only one thing he should do, and that's have a little understanding and empathy for himself. You get me?
I just want to roll on the floor. It's itchy. It's uncomfortable. God.
Yes, I get you. Very well. I shall try to keep a clear head.
All right.
And I will arrange to drink some real blood. There's plenty of it in the lab. I shall just liberate some of it.
How?
Good man. We'll talk about how it's gone next month, all right?
Yeah. It is literally just looking at the wrong part of the sentence. Oh, all right.
Indeed. Until then, Sam, and thank you for your patience.
Itchy.
I ain't got nothing but time, amigo. You can thank me by being patient with yourself.
Hold on. Hold on. I need to do this. I just need to lay on the floor and just like be itchy for a minute and just roll. Hold on. Just. It's just vampire therapist hitting hard tonight. Okay, just gonna roll on the floor. It's fine. Okay. 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 I have sufficiently rolled on the floor. Okay. All right. Where'd I put my controller? There it is. He's healing. It burns. Rolls on the floor lamenting. It's just, being seen is just somehow uncomfortable sometimes, and just, it's like that one episode of, what was that? It's on Dropout. It's the game show, is it Make Some Noise? Is that what it's called? Anyway, one of the contestants had to sit there and receive genuine compliments without deflecting, and it was just, it was rough. Anyway.
All the same, you have my thanks. I shall see you in a few weeks then. Farewell.
All right, okay.
Well done indeed, Samuel.
Yes.
I think we are starting to see a new version of the good doctor in the making.
Yes.
I hope you're right, boss. That fella's awful hard on himself.
That is normal, my friend. Being a vampire takes a lot of self-acceptance. He is only taking his first steps in discovering this.
Oh God, man, that happened to me today. Oh God, Mags, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm glad you got a genuine compliment, but the urge to deflect is so strong, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. It took other people forgiving me for me to forgive myself.
Oh,
And now you pass on this gift of compassion to Dr. Drain.
yeah.
Now, Samuel, the evening is still young. See what the night has to offer downstairs.
Yes. Yeah, I know that feeling.
That sounds good, Andy.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Thanks. Yeah, it was agonizing watching that, well, watching her take all those like sincere, heartfelt, genuine
Always come out of
compliments.
the doc sessions feeling dumber than ever.
It's rough.
I'll check in with Crimson. She's always got some bartender's wisdom to share. Howdy, Crimson. Looks like a nice crowd tonight.
They're always a nice crowd, cowboy. We like to maintain an asshole-free zone.
I'll try not to be an asshole then.
I'm not worried about you, cowboy. You had a session tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, with the doctor fella. We had a hard talk about what being a vampire means. He's having a hard time coming to terms with it, even after 400 years.
I can understand that. I've stopped aging for the last 20 years and don't know how I feel about it yet. How do you think it went with him?
It went pretty well.
I think we're finally getting somewhere, actually. It's funny, a lot of vampires forget they're human, but he keeps forgetting he's a vampire. But just like we can't opt out of being human, we can't opt out of being vampires either.
Must have been a hard talk, cowboy. I sometimes wonder what I am. Staying the same age, drinking Andy's blood to live. Don't get me wrong, I like not being dead, but I still feel like I'm living on borrowed time.
Is this a good time to ask why you don't just join the dark side? It ain't that bad being dead.
I'm just not sure what I'd do with forever, you know? Eternity's a long time.
Could just jump on a bed of steaks if you're tired of it. Maybe that's not the best way to approach the subject of a vampire therapist. Never mind.
Yeah, I think a lot of us vampires can't answer that question either. And I don't think there's one answer anyway.
There you go. So I guess I'll keep putting off the question.
I wonder if we'll get to see your answer to the question.
But nobody's rushing you, Crimson.
You think I'd let anyone? But thanks for listening, cowboy. Now why don't you go mingle? There's a new fella in the kink room who's very interested to meet you.
Oh?
I guess I'll go be social then. Thanks, Crimson. Wait a sec, that ain't...
Greetings, my child.
Okay.
Keep your distance, amigo. I know our kind ain't had good history, but I ain't in the mood for an exorcism or nothing.
Wait, he's a priest? What?
Ah, my child of the dark. If I were to exorcise you, nothing would be left when I was done. Only the good Lord is free of sin. We are all children of darkness.
But, you're, but, I mean,
Holy smokes, what Bible have you been reading?
I know my scripture, my son. However, I am by scripture and dark metal ordained, not by any church of man.
oh, okay, so you're not really a priest, okay.
So, you're some kind of freelance priest?
Yes, I suppose I am. It is the only way I can give succor to those who need it most.
Is this also Matt Mercer?
So I gotta ask, seeing as we're in a kink room, what kind of sucker are we talking about?
Hey.
I follow in the path of the Lord. I share my body, and I share my blood.
I'm pretty sure that's not what Jesus meant, but...
Ain't this a little blasphemous for your kind?
To whom, my child? God is in everything, including you, sweet vampire. Can God blaspheme against himself?
I think this is Matthew Mercer.
I merely wish to give comfort to those who live in darkness. And so, I choose to live in darkness with them.
Well, alright.
Come, my son. I shall give succor to you.
Okay.
Well, alright. Maybe if you stop calling it that.
Your veins are obstructed by your hair. Can you, like, sweep it out of the way a little bit? Like...
My son, I do not wish to meet the Lord already.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, shucks, I wasn't trying to kill you.
Sorry. I'll just get a mouthful of hair. Okay.
Thou shalt not want, my son. Are you comforted?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Alright.
I know those of my faith have hunted your kind. Perhaps we fear our own sin, so we seek the sins of others.
Sorry. Interruption real quick. I looked up who his voice actor is, and it turns out that the creative director of Little Bat Games is actually a voice actor himself, and he voiced Dionysus and Ares in Hades, and also Theseus. That's him. That's the creative director. He voices Sam and also Andy. That's incredible. Wow. He also voices Drain and Edmund Keen. This dude has range. My God. Anyway, cool. Yes, Matthew Mercer also plays this dude. All right, cool. Anyway,
I seek only the Lord in everything,
yeah, that's him.
as do we all, whether we know it or not.
You ain't wrong, I suppose. Hey, a little awkward, but what's your name, fella?
I cannot hear Theseus in that voice at all. That's amazing.
I am Kieran. It means little dark one. The night always did call to me.
Well, Kieran, I'm Sam, and I appreciate the blood, but I'm gonna turn in. A little sleepy now.
Go with God, my child of the night.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
I like him. He seems nice.
A fine evening to you, Samuel. Are you ready for tonight's session with Signora Deste?
Oh God, again? I'm not ready.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're making some good progress.
Oh,
That is wonderful. Remember, though, that the road to inner peace is not a straight line.
it's not.
True enough. I like to say I didn't make my path. Nature did.
Samuel, you have the makings of a poet.
Look at the way he's smiling at Sam. It's just so cute.
Oh, I meant it more literally. When I was walking in the woods, I just walked where the land led me.
But you see, this is a wonderful metaphor. If there is a valley between two mountains, that is the path nature takes us on. We often choose to climb the mountain instead when the easier path is made for us.
Jesus Christ.
Your experience guides your intuition more than you might expect, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna have to think about that dude for a while. Yeah, he's intriguing.
Guess it's that peasant wisdom the Signora mentions.
Be careful with the labeling, my friend.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I ain't ashamed of being a peasant. I'm just folks, as we like to say.
Hello? Is that a gigantic moth in here? What? What? Excuse me. Okay, you're gonna have to go outside. I'm just gonna put you in this little cup if you would fly towards me. Okay, alright. I'm sorry, you feel very unhappy in that cup. I can see you beating your wings in there, but I'm gonna put you outside in a minute. So just hold on. Hold on.
I can see why the Signora has become quite fond of you. Are you prepared for your session with her?
Yeah, I think with our progress, there might be some other distortions to focus on. Let me think.
Mothman wants therapy too. Control fallacy. Always right. Disqualifying the positive. I feel like she did some labeling last time. Not last time, but like in her first session with us, she did. I feel like she did some of that when she was like, talking about how she wouldn't let herself into heaven because look at her rolling old skin and whatever. And I was like, lady, please. P.S. I misclicked and botched a craft. Oh, I hate that. Maybe this? Black and white thinking?
All right, locked and loaded.
The people of your country have so many colorful phrases having to do with firearms. I do not understand the obsession.
Andy.
I can't explain it neither.
I shall leave you alone with the Signora, Samuel.
Howdy, Signora. Good to see you tonight.
You are looking forward to seeing me?
Well, sure I was. You're an interesting person, Signora. It's a privilege to get to know you.
I suppose you have learned something of manners yourself.
Hey.
I thought a lot about the things we talked about last time, you know.
Oh, yeah? What about exactly?
About how foolish I was for wasting my time for so long fighting against reality.
Foolish?
Signora, what's calling yourself foolish doing for you? You're a principled lady. That ain't foolishness.
What else do you call a woman who forever fights with reality?
If I want to be literal, I'd call her a fighter. It's a better label than fool.
Oh, perhaps it is my despair speaking. Would that I had listened to the simpletons in my life earlier.
Would that I had listened to the simpletons in my life earlier. Nope.
Are
Okay.
you going?
Would that I had listened to the simpletons in my life earlier.
Okay, fine. Labeling.
Maybe you can start by not calling them simpletons.
Yeah, that's fine.
I meant it as a compliment. I wish I could be a simpleton.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that.
I mean what I say. Look at me, with my grand plans, my status, my dynasty, and all the pain that they have brought me. Who is the true fool, me or the simpleton?
Well, what if we're not fools or simpletons? What if we're just people being people? There's a lot of room between worms and gods, Senora.
Yup.
Again, you prove your pastoral wisdom.
Hey.
Well, I'm glad you've been doing some thinking. You were putting so much pressure on yourself to be the one keeping your family going. I can tell how much it was weighing on you.
I spent so long trying to fix them, trying to transform them into something that they were not.
Huh? What is that? Hold on. What?
May I talk to you about my ex-husband, Sam?
Oh god, yes, you can. But first I have to get this bug out of here. What is
Of course you
this?
can. I know he gave you a lot of grief.
Hold on, don't auto progress. Or if that's what you're.
He hurt me deeply.
Oh god, it
In
is.
so very many ways. He was the start of all my delusions because I thought I could fix him.
Not a moth. It had a lot of. It flew for one thing, and
I
it.
thought Frankie was the way he was because I was not an ideal wife. That perhaps he would have been faithful if I had been as beautiful or fertile as a Medici.
Hold on. Pause. I think it was like a. Not quite a crane fly, but it looked kind of like a crane fly, but smaller and lighter. I don't know where it went. I don't. Okay, I don't know. It'll probably come back because I only have one lamp lit in here, so of course the bugs are gonna fly straight to it. Anyway,
I know I have been arguing with reality, as you have said, but the idea of a fruitful marriage, sanctified by God, this was the only reality I had. But that reality did not match with mine. God could not have blessed both our marriage and riddled Frankie's penis with French diseases.
riddled.
French diseases?
We used to call syphilis the malfrance.
Oh no. Really? Oh.
Diseases don't belong to any nationality. You sound like a certain politician from back home.
Sam.
Do not insult me. Have I not suffered enough with my husband's disgusting malady? It was a painful lie to live. I could only conclude from my sorrow that God was testing me. Endlessly.
Let me look real quick at wait, hello? I feel everything we say is correct. Might double down on opinions. Disagreements have nuance. Okay. Nope.
The Senora was seeking a justification for her feelings, and I believe she found one.
It was a painful lie to live. I could only conclude from my sorrow that God was testing me. Endlessly.
I want to challenge you on something there. That sounds like a kind of hopeless statement. Like you're doomed to keep being tested on God's terms.
Okay.
Perhaps it was hopeless. As you said, Isabella d'Este and Francesco Gonzaga could not change their natures.
That's true, but here's the thing. Does that mean you were doomed? Or were you just doomed on God's terms? I think this just needs a little reframing. I know you were dealt a rough hand, but it doesn't necessarily mean you were being tested. Sometimes we just gotta make do with the hand we got. What I'm suggesting is that then and now, a radical acceptance approach could have helped you.
Really? Okay.
What do you mean?
Yes, explain. You you could have been polyamorous. You could have had a secret arrangement. You could have become a nun. You could have become a nun.
You could have become a nun, right? That would have been a way out of your situation.
Sam, You know me better than most at this point. Could I have been a nun?
It would have been interesting.
Well, I guess you could have been the queen of the nuns.
That was not an available position.
Maybe it wouldn't have worked out then.
You could have been polyamorous.
How about being polyamorous? That way you'd still have each other at home, but you could have gotten different needs satisfied by different people.
Please. It was the 1490s. Such things were not acceptable unless you were a pop singer like Bartolomeo Tromboncino.
Oh yeah, Bartolomeo Tromboncino. Can't forget him.
Do not be impertinent. He was a Frotolo star. Every man and woman dreamed of sleeping with him, including myself.
Oh, I see. What is frotolo? I've never heard this word before.
Huh. I figure Fratello would have been illegal. All that rubbing in public.
Oh my god, stop.
Porca miseria. A Frotolo is like a madrigal. He was a madrigal singer. You are thinking of frotage.
Thank you, Isabella. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry. Guess them mortals downstairs got to me.
Oh. Could have had a secret
Could
arrangement.
have had some sort of secret arrangement. That was pretty common back then, right?
Oh, we did have a secret arrangement. The arrangement was that he kept secrets from me and I pretended not to know about them.
Well,
Had you ever considered talking about it?
I could not. You do not know what it was like back then. A woman, even one such as I, was always subject to her husband. I did not have a say in his affairs. I had to play the part of the good wife and mother. You must understand, I only earned my significant power by playing the societal game.
But he knew you were aware of his indiscretions, didn't he?
It was hard to deny when he approached me with that rotten thing between his legs.
Fing.
So why not bring the issue out in the open?
He would have become angry, I am sure. Perhaps he would have beaten me and taken away the privileges I had worked so hard to earn. Perhaps it is pointless to tread over the past again and again. What has happened has happened. It has been nearly 5 centuries. I should not let the past haunt me so. If I am true, Sam, I am still very angry about all the lies I was told. I may be harboring some resentment.
A little.
You don't say.
You will understand when I tell you of Frankie's greatest cruelty. I will tell you that the man, for all his fighting spirit, had very weak sperm, for he could not sprout a male seed in my womb. My first child was a girl. I could not have been more embarrassed, or so I thought, until I had my second child, who was also a girl.
Oh no.
I will tell you, Sam, I was a young woman in mourning. I did not emerge from my chambers for weeks. The next time, finally, I had a boy, my beautiful Federico. He was such a charming child. He would entertain me so with his clownish behavior.
What about your daughters? What were they like?
May I show you a picture, Sam?
Yeah.
Well, sure, let's take a look.
Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? He could have been a movie star or a model today, don't you think?
Sure.
Admit it, he is the most handsome boy who ever walked this cursed earth.
Well,
Why am I asking you? What do you know of beauty? Anyway, I gave all of myself to him. All my guidance, all my wisdom, and all of my love.
Uh-oh.
Everyone said, "You are doting on him. Give him some air." How dare they tell me my business? I am Isabella d'Este. I know what is right.
And there's the internalized misogyny. And what did he do, Senora? Oh boy.
Senora, I'm sure you knew what was best for your son, but ain't it possible that those people might have been able to help you? It's lonely work when you feel like you can't listen to anyone else.
Are you telling me how I should have raised my son?
I got a better sense of self-preservation than that, Senora. But you gotta admit, this Nosferatu thinking of being always right is pretty exhausting, ain't it?
Oh, that is true. And as it turned out, pointless. It did not matter in the end. Frankie, in his supreme foolishness, managed to get himself captured by the French. He ransomed himself out of prison with something more precious than all the gold in Venezia. more valuable than the Pope's seat. He sold my son, my beautiful Federico.
Oh.
Dang. That must have been devastating, Senora. I can't imagine how painful that must have been.
No, you cannot. For you will never be a mother to a son so beautiful, so intelligent, and so pure. But that was not the end of my pain. It was not enough to take my son away. Not content to merely break me, the French, as always, needed to corrupt.
Oh, God.
They sent my sweet Federico to a den of filth, a place where chastity went to die, straight to the crossroads of Sodom and Gomorrah. They sent him to the Vatican.
The Vatican? Seems like that'd be a pretty boring place for a boy to spend time.
This was Rodrigo Borgia's Vatican. It was a city of prostitutes and perverts, and he was their mayor. My poor Federico. He was a boy of a certain age. I could not have prepared him for the temptations he encountered. When he finally returned to me, he was no longer Isabella d'Este's child. He was the child of Francesco Gonzaga, an experienced whoremonger in his own right.
You didn't see anything cool about him? I think that was the Pope during Assassin's Creed 2. Really? Oh, I like these little historical game connections. That's cool. I loved Assassin's Creed 2, man. That one was so good.
Hold on a sec. No longer your child? You can't think that's true. You raised that boy, and there's no way he could forget you. Maybe he got up to shenanigans out there in the Vatican, but you're only hurting yourself by erasing your influence on him.
The one you fist fight. Oh! At the end of the game! I always forget that you beat up the Pope and then you get some kind of like relic explaining like Adam and Eve doing parkour to get out of some sort of... My god, that game was so crazy. Anyway. I completely forgot that you fist fight the Pope in that one. That was a great game. I should replay that one. Anyway, you got shenanigans out there in the Vatican. You're hurting yourself by erasing your influence on him. Oh, yeah.
Now be honest. Did he lose everything you taught him?
No. He still had an appreciation of art, for which he had some taste. And he had some political acumen, I suppose.
Remind me, I know I said we're moving on from Assassin's Creed, but remind me, why did Ezio fight the Pope? Like, as far as I remember the plot in that game, like, he did what he did to avenge his family, and, like, why did he fight the Pope?
I'm not saying you should forget what happened to your son. That would be pretty unrealistic. But give yourself some credit for the influence you had, huh?
Yeah. Why not? Just cause, fist fight the Pope, whatever.
You are kind, Sam. Thank you. But it is hard to forget the child who returned to me. I am a man now, mother, he would say. I do not have to listen to you. And indeed, he did not. Which is why he died of syphilis, just like his depraved father.
Oh.
He did not even have the courtesy to wait until I was dead.
Oh.
Now do you understand why I prefer the illusion of truth and beauty I try to bring to art?
Also, the Borgias were kind of infamous political manipulators, yes. He probably did something worse getting punched over. Yes, that is definitely a name with some weight to it.
My mother told me when my marriage was young, Isabella, you must pretend that all is as it should be. The truth is dark, but you must maintain your own.
I hate to say it, Senora, but I think your mama was spouting a few should statements of her own. Keeping up that illusion must have been draining.
Oh.
That is why I tried to create my own illusions. If I depicted love and chastity in their ideal form, I could make that illusion come true.
Well, Senora, if anyone were strong enough to change the world's morality, it might be you. But I think you know the truth is that you don't have that kind of control. No one does.
Then why am I here, Sam? Why are any of us here? Are we here to eat, sleep, fornicate, and die?
I know a few folk who might say that's why we're here. It's one of them existential questions, ain't it? Here's my take, Senora. I think you're here to be you.
I certainly hope you have something more intelligent to contribute than that.
I don't really. Here's the thing, Senora. None of us is going to change the world overnight, or even in a millennium of nights. But our being here, being ourselves, swings the pendulum in a whole bunch of unknowable ways.
It burns. Yeah, you and me both. I always like the answer from one of those guys who stole the credit for the discovery of DNA. What do you mean? 7? Oh, I see this is hitting more than... Oh, okay. We're hitting several people tonight with that one. Alright. Some people think that we have no purpose in this life, but I'm looking forward to a nice lunch. I like that too. That's nice. I too am looking forward to a nice lunch. Our being here, being ourselves, swings the pendulum in a whole bunch of unknowable ways. I really like this. I really like this!
That is a dark interpretation of reality. Are we truly so powerless?
I mean...
Isabella sees imperfection as helplessness. Help her see otherwise, my friend.
Okay, I was trying
That is
to...
a dark interpretation.
What I'm saying, Senora, is not that we're powerless. I'm just saying we ain't gonna change the world on our own. Not everyone's gonna buy what we're selling, but some people are gonna get it. People are still out there talking about the art you brought to the world. Maybe fellas like me don't know who you are. I bet that nasty Pope from your time wasn't your biggest fan. But you can't help but be an influence on people. Just not all people. Ain't that so?
I do not know if that is enough for me, Sam.
Well, here's what I think we should do, Senora. All them efforts of yours are always facing outward. How about we spend some time on you?
Oh.
What do you mean?
I mean, let's work on the things Isabella D'Este likes. Forget about the rest of the world. What are you putting in your art that's for you and not for anyone else?
Oh. She has no... Ah! Sorry, bug. Hold on. I could... Ah! I would like to... I don't want to smash this creature, but I don't want this creature to come near me. Do you have it, Pippin? Oh, she's on the hunt. I'm gonna leave it to my cat then. Okay, gonna leave it to my cat. Gonna leave it to my cat. Alright.
Is it a little embarrassing?
Oh.
Hush. If you must know,
Oh.
it is centaurs. I like centaurs.
Oh my god.
Hey, I ain't gonna judge. Sometimes I like horses better than people too.
Yes, well, they are pleasing to look at.
Now, how about this then? Why don't you pick up a brush and paint yourself up a centaur?
I have not attempted to paint for centuries.
Girl, that's okay.
This is just for you, Senora. No expectations. How's that sound?
I cannot believe I revealed this thing to you.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you did. I'm a lucky fella. I get to know an Isabella D'Este no one else knows.
And no one else will know, or I will make you suffer. Capiche?
This is awesome.
You got a deal, Senora. I'm here to be supportive, that's all.
They can bond over how much they like horses until a certain diverting point. I can see this going in all sorts of ways, especially the way she like smiled and put like a hand to her face when she said it. Like, oh my word.
I hope that when you come back next month, we'll be having a nice conversation about you finding your muse.
Yes, perhaps. Very well, Sam. I do not understand your ways, but I cannot deny you have a certain untamed wisdom.
Untamed wisdom.
I shall attempt to paint a centaur. This is not what I expected from therapy, but I shall do as you suggest.
Oh. Untamed wisdom. I like that. He's a centaur of the soul, if not in body.
I shall see you in 4 weeks then. Arrivederci, Sam.
Oh yeah, see you soon, Senora. Arrivederci.
Goodbye.
Well, well, Samuel. You never cease to impress. Centaurs.
I don't think you're supposed to know about that, boss.
I am 3,000 years old, my friend. Horse people are somewhere at the very tip of my kinky iceberg. It is already forgotten.
All right.
Well, the Signora's pretty embarrassed about it, so I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself.
He gets a 2 p.m. phone call from her on his emergency line.
Signora Deste is wise to put her faith in you, Samuel. I will gently remind you that relationships between therapists and clients are highly discouraged.
Andy, it's not like that.
Oh, come on, Andy. It ain't like that. Senora Deste is just...
Okay.
You're messing with me.
Of course I am. Unless...
All right, you know what? I'm going downstairs. I could use a drink.
Well earned, Samuel. Please, rest in peace.
He literally pulled out the unless. Oh.
Poor Senora. That lady's holding on to a lot of anger. Reminds me of myself as a young vampire. Pretty hot in here tonight. I think I'll get some air. Maybe I can get to know Bert a little better.
Yeah.
Hey, Bert. How's the crowd tonight? Same old, huh? So,
talk about sports. Do you like sports, Bert?
you ever watch American football, Bert? Bet you'd like it. Real gladiator sport. You could be a linebacker. That's the guy that holds back all the other big guys to protect the quarterback. Real dangerous, though. Folks get concussions all the time. Okay, well, nice talking to you, Bert. I'm gonna head inside.
Vampire American football? I'd love to see that.
Have fun, mate.
Thanks.
Hey, Crimson, how's the crowd?
I love how he always says rest in peace, vampire double entendres. I know, it's cute.
Hey, cowboy. Bit busy tonight, but how'd your session go?
It's like Charon and Hades? Yeah. It went pretty well. She's gonna paint some centaurs.
No, I think this lady's starting to realize what she can't control.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. She's still mad as hell about it, but I think we're getting closer to acceptance.
I know how she feels, cowboy. I feel like I wasted years of my life in DC trying to make the world a better place.
Crimson, please.
But it sounds like you are making progress to me. She's got time to make her peace. That's what Andy says about you vampires.
Yeah, that's true. We can take 40 years or 400, but that's up to us.
In the meantime, I'll whip something up for a hot summer night.
That looks delightful.
What's this now?
Blood margarita. Figured a hot-blooded desperado like you could use something cold.
Oh, mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'll let you get back to work and take this up to my coffin for a quiet night.
Night, Sam.
Now let's see, what'll help me reflect on the night?
Something's different. Oh, it's his hat? Was his hat always there? Because I know that we have Edmund's his autograph in that little box to the right. But was his hat always there? Man, I want a cold drink now. Me too. That looks so refreshing.
I think there's something Omar Khayyam once wrote that I can look up. Or I could watch Buster Keaton almost get himself killed a bunch.
I watch a man abusing himself for fun. I personally have seen enough Buster Keaton for a while. I would like to read some poetry, actually.
One of my transcendentalist friends told me about this one. I ain't too good with poetry, but this piece always stuck with me. The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on.
Oh, Mackie, you wanted to see Buster Keaton? I'm sorry. We watched him a lot in school, so like I'm good. I don't do much with poetry. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on.
Nor all thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash a word out of it.
Oh.
Funny how people in far-off places and times always had some similar perspectives. Omar's right. You can't change the past. Life moves forward.
I would like to write down that name, actually. Hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. Sam, the kind of cowboy to unironically say inshallah and the creek don't rise. I really like that mix. It's cute.
I think that's enough for one night. Better get me some shut-eye. Got the feeling my work's gonna get harder before it gets easier.
All right. Who's next? It's the Irish vampire, right? I think.
My dear Samuel, greetings. How are you feeling tonight?
Honestly, I'm feeling a little like a horse who's about to be ridden by a big old fella.
I am not certain I comprehend your meaning. Have you met a special someone, my friend?
No.
What? No, it ain't that. I mean, I'm feeling a little on edge. Edmund's coming in.
Okay, so it's Edmund and then it's the Irish vampire?
Aha, our actor friend. What about him has you nervous, Sam?
He's just a lot to deal with. I find myself a little drained after our sessions.
Ah, yes. Challenging the reality distortion fields of those with narcissistic tendencies is taxing.
Boy, is it ever.
I know, but if I'm here doing this therapist thing, I should help him one way or another.
Ah, remember your own distortions. You are under no obligation to help Edmund. If helping him drains you, remember that you do not have to aid him.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. That's... Yes. Yes, that's important. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I still want to try, though. I want to see if I can help him.
That's your choice, though. Yes.
I shall not stand in your way then. Have you an idea of what distortions he might be exhibiting tonight?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
All right, so... maybe some mind reading? Maybe? Labeling? And... I feel like... always right, maybe?
I think that should cover it.
I wish you peace and patience, Samuel. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Andy. Edmund, amigo, how's it hanging?
You think he's a blame guy? We'll see.
To the left and most proudly, my dear boy.
This game is always catching me off guard.
Indeed, tonight I sit before you victorious. Thy gentle prodding hath guided me back to the womb of creation.
Oh.
Do I want you to spell that out for me?
The stage, good sir, the stage. For if all the world's a stage, then the stage is where humanity is born.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, I guess that must be true. So what are you saying? You nabbed some kind of juicy role?
Not just any role. Nay, I have been given the opportunity to once again subvert the audience's expectations.
Oh.
Though it was thy tender words that cleared the mists of doubt from my mind and reminded me that I belong to the stage, not to the audience.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Eddie. Tell me all about it. What's been going on?
Do you remember the advice you gave me when last we met?
Yes.
I told you to film yourself doing some acting, right? How'd that go?
I did as you suggested. I set up a camera, and for no one but myself, I became the Dane.
Marmaduke?
Oh my god.
Hamlet, my dear boy, Hamlet. I watched the great Edmund Kean inhabit the bard's greatest role once again, and in him I saw humanity pure, naked, and true. It was akin to pornography, albeit far more revealing. That Edmund Kean, I told myself, he and only he could produce something so beautiful.
Nope.
Edmund's belief that he is the center of the world is
It was akin to pornography.
Wait just a minute there, Eddie. You're an incredible actor. Everyone agrees on that. But it's a big world out there, and everyone's got their own experiences. We all got capacity to do incredible things. It's a combination of luck, perseverance, and being in the right place at the right time. You ain't a great actor because you're Edmund Kean. You're a great actor because of the things that made you Edmund Kean.
You toy with the fates and flirt with pedantry, my dear boy. Oh, it is oft said that an infinite number of monkeys with an infinite number of typewriters at infinite time could produce all the works of Shakespeare, but such a thing is infinitely unlikely. If you will permit me to continue, to watch myself act without an audience was simply rapturous.
I am not ashamed to admit that I did weep. I wept for the stage, that I deprived it of my greatness on account of my own misplaced dread.
Oh, God.
I have been a cream-faced loon, a devout coward, and most religious in it. Why should Edmund Keen fear any audience?
Whoa, whoa, slow down there, Eddie. I don't know what the heck a cream-faced loon might be, but it don't sound too good. Think about the Edmund that showed up here 2 months ago. If I had hurled a bunch of insults at him, would that have motivated him in any way?
I suppose not. That lily-livered boy was not ready for the weight of truth. You were wise indeed to treat him gently.
Look at his little sad face. So cute.
That boy's you, Eddie. He's still in there, so be nice to him, all right?
Very well. Honeyed words entrap sweeter prey, do they not? You spoke truly. Edmund Keen bared his chest to all the slings and arrows of an unappreciative audience and was somehow surprised when they hit their mark. The Edmund Keen that you see before you is armored in love of the craft that no arrow may penetrate, and so casts aside the cloak of cowardice.
Oh, I know what that feels like sometimes. Yeah, you're just high on your own. So yeah, high on your own supply. Yep.
To think, I feared mortal directors. I feared the audition and the criticism that would come afterward. I feared the cast list, bereft of Edmund Keen. But to you I give thanks. For can a mortal director know my brilliance? Nay, they're all clay-brained guts and mouldy rogues. Their disrespect for the craft makes fools of them.
If I had my choice, I would have said this is disqualifying the positive, but maybe this? Nope.
I believe Edmund's view of his critics.
Okay.
But to you I give thanks.
Oh.
I believe Edmund's view.
But to you I give...
Hey, what's that
All right.
labeling doing for you? If you don't respect directors, why do you think they're gonna respect you?
Because I am worthy of respect. I create. They merely push the chess pieces on the board.
You know, my old buddy John used to say, respect given is respect earned. Maybe them directors would be bigger fans of yours if you didn't call them names.
Perhaps 'tis so. But they should know my value. I know in my damned soul that the stage is worse off without Edmund Keen, and nothing any mortal director can say will disabuse me of this. Ergo, I did ask myself, Edmund, what is an audition? Is it a trial to overcome? Is a director a god dispensing holy judgment? And I replied, Edmund, do not ask such foolish questions, the answers to which thou knowest well. An audition, my dear boy, is not an opportunity, but an invitation to display the craft before another. So I told myself, why not act, dear boy? And so I did.
So you did an audition, all right, that's great. Did you have fun with it?
You speak so simply, my friend. Fun does not adequately describe the feeling one has when the muse takes over. It is transcendence, an affirmation of purpose, to condense humanity within oneself, if only for a moment. It is an orgasmic experience.
All right.
That sounds intense, Eddie. Having an orgasm in front of someone else is pretty brave.
No, that's not.
Oh, but it is freeing. A true actor hides nothing. The director, she told me she had never witnessed such a thing in all her years, few as they were. I am certain that she thought to herself, is this Dionysus reborn? Why have the fates graced mine eyes with such depth of the human spirit?
So, how do you know she was thinking that, Eddie? Director's usually just thinking about how they can put on a good show, right?
Oh, thou sweet babe, how little thou knowest. The poor lady has only seen a parade of mortals cross her door. How could she be prepared for Edmund Keen?
I think the only thing I fervently love, like this guy loves the stage, is going on a manic pun streak. Yeah, that tracks.
Well, maybe she couldn't be. I'm just saying you're gonna be a lot more content if you're dealing with truths. If you go into this assuming she thinks you're a god reborn, how are you gonna work together? You both got your jobs. Hers is putting on the show, and yours is lighting up the stage. Reading her mind ain't letting her speak it.
You must ever play the mirth-destroying ninny, mustn't you? Yes, I could not read her mind, I admit it. Art thou satisfied?
It ain't about my satisfaction, Eddie. I'm just making sure you're going into this thing with a clear head.
If you must, but allow me to continue. This time, my friend, I did not have to wait for a cast list at all. You are looking at a leading man once more.
Hey, congratulations, Eddie. That's great. See, I knew you'd get your mojo back if you remembered what made you love the stage in the first place.
For this, I am eternally grateful, and indeed, I do have an eternity to be grateful. Now I can already hear the calls resounding through the theater. Keen, 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 give us Keen!
You may want to pick a different name.
Nonsense! They will say Edmund Keen has returned and be none the wiser as to the accuracy of their statement.
Oh my god.
So what's the big role, Eddie?
We get to the meat of it, unto the very sinew at last. They say that every story is a circle, that we return whence we came. So it is with me.
What? But your first role was Cupid.
'Twas tragedy that made me, tragedy
Oh.
that formed me, tragedy that raised me to glory,
Okay.
and tragedy that shall do so once more.
Alright.
I shall play the part of Pierrot. Pierrot, the clown who cried. Pierrot, the mask of the tragedy that is life.
I ain't familiar.
I believe you are, though you know a far inferior version. The one made famous by that ludicrous creature, Grimaldi.
Grimaldi who?
Splud, my dear boy. Do you know nothing of late 18th century English theatre?
They must have skipped that subject in Frontier School.
Frontier School.
Grimaldi was the other influential actor in London.
Oh.
But whereas I drew out the soul and laid it bare on stage, Grimaldi, in comparison, was a clown, a jester, a funny man.
A funny man. But Doctor... Nope.
I believe Edmund's judgment of another is largely
Okay.
But whereas I drew out...
Now hold on there, Eddie. People have written plenty about what a great actor you are. Giving another actor nasty labels don't look good on you. They probably ain't accurate either.
Ooh.
Oh, but my dear boy, Grimaldi was as the moon amidst the stars of jest, by whose pale light all subsequent mirth is but a reflection. He was the clown. So as you see, I cannot label one already so anointed.
Oh, in that case, label away.
Grimaldi was an artist, like myself. But where my canvas was the soul, his was the latrine.
My achievement was for defending a clown who didn't need help. Okay. Grimaldi was an artist like myself, but my canvas was the soul, his was the latrine.
When I strode upon the stage, my audience saw all the acts of life play out, in all their woe and joy. Oh, but Joey Grimaldi, the great clown himself, could create bottom noises with his armpit.
That's pretty good, though.
Yet whose name was on the lips of the adoring public? Not Keen's, no. Not the bard's emissary. Give us the farting clown, they cried. Give us Grimaldi. So you see, my dear boy, for me to play the tragic clown Pierrot, this is my opportunity to take what Grimaldi stole from me.
What did he steal?
He stole my audience.
Eddie, from what you've told me, I don't think you and this Grimaldi fella had the same audience. I don't think anyone showing up for a farting clown show and getting Edmund Keen is going to be too happy, and it'd have nothing to do with you.
But if Grimaldi had not peddled his base filth, my audience would not have waned when it did. They would have been mine.
Oh, no.
And if the sun didn't shine, we could go out during the day. Come on, Eddie, the world ain't waiting on you. Grimaldi had his audience and you had yours. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Perhaps, though I weep bitter tears to think the people so base. And I weep for myself, my dear boy. The riches and fame he received should have been mine, and would have been, had the fates not cursed me with his birth.
What, Doctor?
The fates cursed you with Grimaldi's birth? I don't think baby Grimaldi was thinking too much about you, my friend.
Well, no, he wasn't. He was 11 years my senior.
So maybe he was cursed with your birth then.
You delight in making me play the part of the fool, don't you?
The point I'm trying to make is that making things about Grimaldi versus Keen ain't doing you any favors.
There is some truth in your words. Why should I lower myself to his level? I am no flatulent jester. I am Edmund Keen. And mark my words, my boy. I shall cast Joseph Grimaldi from the Thespian Order. When I play Pierrot the Clown, Wikipedia shall forget all about that fool.
There's just something really funny about his obsession with Wikipedia. uh, Nope.
Now Edmund believes he can change humanity's interpretation of history. This is a bit of a lofty goal.
And mark my words, my boy. I shall cast Joseph Grimaldi from the Thespian Order.
Nope. I
Now
guess it's
Edmund
labeling.
believes he can
Okay.
change you.
And mark my...
Just a sec there, Eddie. If Grimaldi is just a fool, you ain't taking his influence seriously. Reductive labels ain't gonna do much for you, compadre.
Your words hold a mote of wisdom. Very well. I shall redouble my efforts to ensure my audience knows Grimaldi was a mere fool.
Okay.
You see, my dear boy, I have already calculated my triumphant return to the stage.
Oh.
Every move, every word, every expression shall be unassailable. You see, Edmund Keene is never wrong about matters of character.
I'm glad to hear your confidence, Eddie, but I just want to give you a word or two of caution. Acting's all about humanity, not just Eddie Keene, right? If you don't give yourself a little room to bend, your audience might not see themselves in you.
Ha! Let them dream their filthy little dreams. If my body is that which draws them in before I spring the theatrical trap, I care not.
Oh.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that you're drawing some hard boundaries acting-wise. Giving yourself some middle ground ain't a bad thing.
I know you play your part, therapist, as I must play mine. I have heard your cautions. They need not be repeated. Indeed, I doubt our meetings will be necessary any longer.
Oh no, my son. That's not.
I must confess to some strong misgivings about you, therapist.
Oh no.
There are times when we speak that I feel exposed, diminutive, and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that you are trying to hurt me.
How do you know I'm trying to hurt you, Eddie?
Actor's intuition. The heart knows what the head doth not.
But the heart ain't always right, Eddie. I'm asking you what your head knows. How do you know I'm trying to hurt you?
I find thy mental games tiresome, therapist. Regardless, opening night is a month from now. I doubt you shall see me again, for I shall not need your services.
Oh no.
The public thought they knew what a clown was. In a month's time, they will forget Grimaldi and Bozo, and only Keene's clown will remain.
Oh no.
Therefore, why shall I need you? When I have the public's love that I am due, what need will I have for a therapist?
Oh Christ. If you don't need me, you don't need me, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
Hey, if you don't need me, I'm happy. There's lots of folks who can use my help.
I was hoping you would lament my loss more than that.
Oh no.
Of course I'd miss you, Eddie. You're as interesting a fella as they come. But if you don't need me, I've done my job pretty well.
Yes, well, I must admit, your suggestion of filming myself was rather brilliant, and I do owe you my thanks. Do you have any final words of wisdom for me then, dear boy? Theatre has lost its popularity because of my absence. When the public takes notice of Edmund Keene once again, how might I prepare myself?
I just want to remind you, Eddie, that even if you give the greatest performance of all time, people ain't waiting for you. Think about how you felt when you were acting for yourself and not for the audience. Your most important audience member is you, compadre.
Ever the nemesis of mirth art thou, Sam Walls. But there is a little wisdom in what you speak. I shall remember Edmund Keene.
No.
I suppose then that this is goodbye, dear boy.
You sure you don't want me to keep your session slot open for next month?
There is no need. As you are so eager to help others, please do so, and worry not for Edmund Keene.
We're gonna keep that open just in case.
Tell you what, I'll keep it open just this
Yeah.
once. I'll take the night off if you don't show up.
Yep.
Sound good?
Then I beg you enjoy a night of simple peace. You shall not see me.
Nope.
I give you thanks. And please, send me a V-mail. I shall arrange theatre tickets for you if you are ever in London.
I'll do that, Eddie. You take care of yourself, you hear?
We're gonna see that dude on the news.
I shall be Edmund Keene's greatest advocate.
Christ.
Farewell, therapist. May fortune favor you as it has me.
Adios, Eddie.
Well, Samuel, it seems you are down one client.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. If he thinks he doesn't need me, I guess I'm doing something right.
You are unsure.
I don't know, Andy. I think that fella's got some more work to do, but he ain't ready to do it yet.
I believe you are correct, Samuel. I did warn you that this was likely to happen with our dear Edmund Keene. Do not consider it a failure of yours. Remember that we are all on our own journeys, and some of us need a little extra time to reach the next stage of that journey.
He's gonna have the wildest crash out. He just kept farting and crying for hours.
Or in my case, a few thousand years. We cannot control the mind of any other.
Yeah, I suppose that's the way it's gotta be.
Go downstairs and have a drink to fate's whimsical turns. It is that which we cannot control that makes the world so rich and interesting.
All right, Andy, that sounds good right about now.
Go then, my friend. The night awaits. Rest in peace.
Well, that was a weird one. I guess it always is with Edmund. Half the time I can't make heads or tails of what that feller's saying. I'll go check in with Crimson and see if she's got any of her wisdom to share. How we doing tonight, Crimson?
The drinks are flowing and the blood's pumping. Can't ask for more than that. How are you, Sam?
Well, I had my first client graduate. They quit therapy today.
Oh, I don't know.
Congratulations, cowboy. Helped a vampire see the light, huh? How do you feel about it?
I'm not gonna lie, Crimson, I don't know.
I swear this fella's just doubling down on the stuff that's making him unbalanced. He thinks he's gonna make the whole world admire him. I'm afraid he ain't nearly born enough for mass appeal.
Oh. Well then, I like that. Ain't nearly boring enough for mass appeal. I love how this game keeps giving us imminent meltdowns to wait eagerly for. I know.
Sorry to hear it, Sam. I'm sure he must have gotten something out of talking to you, though.
Well, even if not everyone loves what he's doing, at least he's doing what he loves.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd call that a win, cowboy. Not everyone gets to do what they love.
Sounds like you got some feelings about that.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on a big, dark secret. Maybe even darker than the fact that I drink blood.
Oh?
I'll hold it with high honor, Crimson.
I liked being annoyed.
Oh, you're right. That is dark.
Oh, shut up. I was good, Sam. I fought the good fight, and I knew case law like the back of my hand. The law just moved too slowly for me in the end, and getting cancer made it seem meaningless.
Oh, God.
Now, I love this place, and I love Andy, but I know I wasn't born to bartend.
Couldn't you practice law in Germany?
You try learning German and tell me how it goes, Desperado.
Oh, come on, it ain't that hard. I've picked up some German already. Ich spreche Deutsch good.
Hold me, Maxie. The cowboy is being once again too cute. I believe I shall burst.
Oh my God.
Cowboy, come with us and we will teach you how to speak sehr good Deutsch.
Okay.
I think I hear my dinner calling. I'll talk to you later, Crimson.
Be gentle with him, you two.
Now we will teach you the German that is most important for you to know.
Oh.
It is important to ask politely when you wish to drink from someone's neck. Tell them, your neck is beautiful. May I drink from it?
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Now ask Reinhard if he will let you drink from his neck.
It is very important to get the declensions correct in German.
I do not know what declensions are. Oh my God. I'm gonna go for this one. Try to read them out loud. Dein Haus is wunderschön. Dart ich von hin trinken? I hope no one fluent in German ever has to watch this. I don't even know what the word for neck is. Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinke? I have no idea. Your neck is wunderschön. Darf ich drink? Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen... I think... Wait, no. How is this one different from... Oh, the top... According to Google, the variation of the form of a noun, pronoun, or adjective by which its grammatical case, number, and gender are identified. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Because, like, I mean, isn't that the case for a lot of the Romance languages? I'm just gonna pick one. I don't know.
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Sehr gut, mein Sanna-Schnittchen. Ja, wunderbar. Du kannst gerne von meinem Haus trinken.
Cool. I don't know what that word is. He called Sam. Let me look that up. Mine Sannischnitz. If I could spell it correctly. What does that mean? Oh, damn it. All of my results are in German. Well, I meant in English, meaning English. Okay. Is that? That cannot be right. Cream slices? Cream slices? That cannot be what. Okay, let me try this other. A nice piece of crumpet? Oh, oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, a nice piece of crumpet? I love that. Aw. Can I hear that pronunciation one more time? How do I do this?
Sehr gut, mein Sanna-Schnittchen. Ja, wunderbar. Du kannst gerne von meinem Haus trinken.
That's such a cute turn of phrase. He called you his little cream puff. I love that. You're his little pog vamp. Oh, Christ. Alright.
Oh, Maxi. Now I'm feeling very disoriented and euphoric. Oh, so I've done many club drugs.
I will take you home, Knutkugel. Now what do you say, cowboy?
Oh, Dankeschön.
Dankeschön, sexy. We must practice together, so.
Okay.
I must take this hot little man home now. Tschüss, tschüss.
I love these two.
Oh, yeah, see you later, you two. Well, it's about time for some shut-eye anyway.
Donkey shame. Donkey shame. Time check. It's 11:13. Okay. I think we have time to get through the Irish vampire.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing your elder vampire tonight.
That's right. I hope she's making some progress. Well, the world sure did a number on that lady.
I love those two. They're so horny, but so wholesomely. I know, they're adorable.
I am hopeful. One does not live so long without being very resilient. I have had a number of near final death incidents myself, and I had been trained to fight since childhood.
That's true. She's clearly got a few tricks up her sleeve. I don't even know how she plays them 3D video games.
Based on her last session, you probably have some idea of her current concerns. Would you like to prepare your distortions?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'd better do that. Now, let's see.
Yes, she certainly does that. Hello? Hello? Oh, it's working. Okay. I feel like she does some of this, some mind reading. Hello? Oh, little control fallacy. Labeling, emotional reasoning, disqualify the positive, always right, blaming. I feel like she also does some of that too. For the last one, she did do some disqualifying the positive in her very first session, but for the second one, drinking some tea. Sure, disqualifying the positive, let's say that.
All right, I think I've got what I need.
Very good, Samuel. I shall leave you. I believe I hear the flapping of ancient wings.
Greetings, my most favorite mouse.
That's a good start.
Good to see you, matey. How's this month been for you?
Oh, it's been ever so tiring. My glitch channel hit 100 million followers, and they are all very hungry for content.
That's like more than the population of some countries.
What do you mean by content? Is it like making a TV show?
No, silly mouse. Do you know how we're hungry for blood all the time? Mortals are like that too, but for content. It means constantly putting up new things on the internet. If they don't get content, they get frightfully bored.
I can see why that'd be exhausting.
It's alright, silly cowboy. It can be very nice. They're always very excited to see me. And they give me ever so much money. I don't know what to do with it all.
This metaphor is increasingly shaped like itself.
Well, sounds to me like you can afford to take a break, huh? Did you take that day off like you promised?
I did. I didn't like it very much.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maddie. What was bad about it?
It was very quiet. It was just me, alone, with no one to talk to but the voices in my head. And those voices are very unkind.
Oh god. Alright, it's gonna be one of these. Okay.
What do they say?
They say, Maddie, you're being a very naughty vampire. You should respond to your zealots. You should be planning your content.
Yeah, I gotta confess, I got almost no idea what you're talking about. I didn't get much past email.
I don't know what I'd do without the internet. I'd probably be a pile of ashes. Or maybe a desiccated, bloodless corpse.
There's way more to you than that. Like, I can't... It could be this, it could be disqualifying the pause, it could be a control fallacy. I'm gonna go for disqualifying. Nope.
Maddie survived for nearly 2 millennia without the internet.
Yes.
I don't know what I'd do without the internet.
Well, that's some pretty extreme thinking there, miss. You've lived without the internet for a real long time. I don't know why you'd turn into a desiccated corpse without it.
I suppose I could live without it for a little while. But, you know, I don't belong here in this world, right, little mouse?
No, I don't know that. That's that extreme thinking again. There ain't no such thing as belonging perfectly, and there's a lot of space between thriving and being dead. I mean, look at us. We're both alive and dead, so I think we do a pretty good job of proving extremes not to be true.
Yes. I suppose you must be right. We're very bad at staying still like proper dead people.
We are. You alright there, Em? I think this one's gonna hit kinda hard.
I gotta ask, how'd you get so good at all this internet stuff anyway? I can't keep up with all this modern technology.
That exact feeling is the one my brain goes to at the lowest, having no place for my... Oh, buddy, no! So you're gonna have to add my voice in your head yelling at you being a fuck. Like, no. Obviously there's a place for you.
Well, back in the before times, I didn't need the internet very much. I used to live in the wilds where no one knew to look for me.
Sending you a psychic triceratops attack.
If any silly mortals came to visit me, I would eat them. And if no one came to visit, I could go hunting for them on my own. But now there aren't any wilds. Now there are motorways and nasty machines. Now there are suburbs and shopping centers.
Girl, I know it. My psychic sternum. Yeah, you take that.
So what did you do when the wilds went away?
I moved into the city, but I never liked it very much. People were very upset at me for being able to come out only at night. They started to whisper that I was a witch. I know what mortals like to do to witches. Pop goes the eyeball. Okay.
Girl.
Oh, right, yeah. Funny. So, how'd you manage?
Well, I found out I could get mortals to do things for me. In exchange for a peek at my naughty bits, and for their miserable little insect lives, they would clean up after all my messes. Realised that mortals only ever wanted one of two things from me. To kill me, or to do sexual things with me. As long as they think they can have a chance of sexual things, I can control them.
A most melodious drama. I was just thinking that, like, that's a really cute little laugh. It just pops her eyeball out. So we found last time that she she was given to another clan lord as a concubine. But she did have a boyfriend who was that, you know, the one who turned her. And so I'm like, is that why she keeps that ring on her ring finger, the wedding band? I don't know, or we haven't found that out yet. Medi, I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of mine from Japan, Miss Takamaki. On. Yeah. Or this, I could see that. Also, the melodiousness of that reminds me of a little bit from an Indie Mouse video I was watching. I don't know who Indie Mouse is. Indie Mouse? No, I realize that's not actually spelled Indie Mouse. I don't know, I haven't heard of this person before.
I think you're shooting fish in a real small barrel there, miss. You're judging mortals based on your experience, but there are about 8 billion of them out there.
Hi, Pippin. Did you get the bug?
There are mortals who hate killing and hate sex, or don't even care about either of those things. Some of them just want to watch TV and they're happy with that.
Ah, Sam understands ace people.
Those are even more disgusting, because they are cowards and liars.
Hey.
Most of my best friends over the last millennia have been insects. Do you know why, little mouse?
Australian guy? I've only just started watching his stuff, but he's pretty funny. Oh, good. Excellent.
Oh, why don't you tell me?
Insects never lie. They kill, they eat, and they make babies. Sometimes they eat their babies. They don't pretend to be intelligent and chivalrous. They just are. They never surprise me. That's why I don't let mortals surprise me either. If they were honest, they would eat their babies too.
Well, that conversation took a kind of dark turn, but I think I get what you mean about not letting mortals surprise you. You're protecting yourself, and that's a sensible thing to do. That being said, you seem pretty convinced that danger is a sure thing.
That's right. If I let myself feel safe, that's when they'll come for me.
Oh, girl.
Well, my devoted little perverts were very helpful, but they had a very nasty habit of getting caught disposing of bodies.
Well, I'm gonna tell us how you really feel. Yeah, for real. He shows off the goodies that came with a Luxor of Fear 2. It's the utterly bizarre naked pregnant... What? Naked pregnant undead Alma Wade with a demon fetus trying to bust out figurine? What? Jesus Christ. He's got a bit character he made up. A fictional editor named Sally, who was an AI, not that kind, predates this Garbo. And someone voice acts Sally. Her voice is fantastic. So a response to this naked, pregnant, undead Alma Wade with a demon fetus trying to bust out figurine is, quote, yes, go on, I am agog. My god, what the hell? The thing with collector's editions for me is, like, if it comes with a statue, it has to be something that I'm not going to be ashamed of displaying in my home, right? Like, it can't be, like, the baby in a jar from Death Stranding. Ugh.
Policemen would shoot them into little bloody giblets.
Nope.
I don't like policemen very much.
Did that last post get through, or did it get censored for swearing? I did not see it. I am sorry. I didn't even see like a little indicator of letting me let it through, which I guess is one way that YouTube differs from Twitch. I wonder how that Twitch boycott is going.
I haven't had a good track record with lawmen either.
That's why I don't use them as my helpers. I can't trust them not to take their guns out and go, pow, pow, blam, 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 blam. Ugh, oh, I'm dying. My guts are falling out. Oh, why, policemen? Why?
I like her.
Anyway, if my blood bags died, it would mean I couldn't get a fresh supply of blood without doing very risky things. I realised that the more blood bags I had, the safer I'd be. That's why when I found out about the internet, I knew I had to get online.
I guess that makes some kind of sense.
Oh, it was so exciting though, little mouse. All of a sudden, I could make people do whatever I wanted without having to leave my flat at all. I had so many fans, and they would disappear, but then they would be replaced by even more, just like insects. It was very easy back then. All you had to do is say you were a girl, and the grabby little grubs would come out of their holes. Ah, we want vaginas.
Oh my god. Christ. Oh. Weird. Okay, it was her laughing and saying, "What the fuck? This girl is a silly. It's horrible that she is, like, haunted." Yeah, she could be so sweet. It's just horrible things have clearly happened to her. I'll link it later. Also, you want context for why there is a naked, pregnant, undead Alma Wade with a demon fetus trying to bust out. I've never played these games, so I don't even know who that is. I'm going to assume it's the girl with, like, the hair over her eyes. I think. Is this even the right game I'm thinking about? I don't even know.
So I ain't exactly gonna defend how menfolk act on the internet, but going back to what we were saying before, using these funny labels of yours probably makes it easier to fall into the overgeneralization trap.
She's a Sadako ripoff? Wasn't she like a child? Maybe she grows up in the other games, I don't know.
If you label people on the internet grabby grubs, well, that's all you're gonna find, know what I mean?
Sometimes I think maybe you're a fun vampire. You take all the fun and go...
I ain't trying to ruin your fun, Maddie. Just asking you to think about the words you use and why you might be using them.
But then people realized they could say that they were anything on the internet. It was all like a big game. And what do you suppose I said I was, Little Mouse?
You said... you were a wizard?
Did you say you were a wizard?
No, I don't like wizards.
Oh, right, your abusive boyfriend was a wizard, right.
Yeah, I guess I don't either. Always cheating at cards. That ain't right.
I think you're thinking of magicians, Little Mouse. I said I was a vampire.
Well, that sounds kind of dangerous. I'm surprised you were so open about it after all you've been through.
Oh, but as far as they knew, I was only pretending to be a vampire because you could be anything you wanted to be. Sometimes they would come to meet me in person and they were so surprised when I drank all of their blood. But I don't think they minded very much.
I don't know.
You honestly think they didn't mind being killed by you?
Of course not. It was their greatest dream for a pretty young vampire to drink all of their blood. They really, really wanted it to happen.
She might be right. I don't know. There's some freaks out there.
Maddie, you've been dead for what, 1,800 years? Somehow, I don't think you've got enough in common with the mortal in the 21st century to know what they're thinking.
Suppose you must be right. I don't think it matters, though. Their lives are so very short. Nobody asks what insects are thinking.
She appears 40 as a child, and when she was 26 when she died, and I think at current day she's in her 40s. Oh, okay. So, not quite as weird as I imagined, but okay. Vampires pretending to be humans, pretending to be vampires. How avant... I need to actually watch that show. I still haven't done it. I've seen your Discord logs, Blair.
Yeah, but at least you ain't presuming to know what an insect is thinking.
Oh, you're a very smart, funny cowboy, man. That's a very good point. It was certainly a much nicer time to be online, though. I think that was my favorite time of the internet. There was a little place there for everyone. Even me. I ran a web ring for vampires.
Oh.
We had our own websites where we would invite people to come let us drink their blood.
Oh. Yes. I, too, agree. This was the best time of the internet.
I suspect that some of the others were actual vampires, but even I didn't know. That's what made it so special. We would send V-mails to one another and talk about vampire things. Oh, of course, it was nothing more than silly games.
This could be mind reading, it could be disqualifying the positive. She mourns for GeoCities. I know! I too mourn for those days of the internet. web rings for vampires. Putting your friends' banners on your website. This is just cute.
It sounds like it was maybe more than silly games. Seems to me you had yourself a group of friends.
Yeah.
I suppose it must have been. How strange. Never really thought about it that way. Yes, I liked them, and they were my friends.
And some of them friends were probably mortals.
I was friends with mortals? How bizarre. Anyway, I think for the only time ever in my life, I had a community.
Oh.
Gosh, you actually make it sound pretty nice. Maybe I should get a little more into this internet thing.
Nah, Sam, those days are over.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're too late for that, internet little mouse. It's all gone now.
Sure is.
Well, dang, what happened? Where did the whole internet go?
Oh god, here we go.
It went to social media. Face Friend and Gibber and Stumbler and all those. Instead of looking for people like us, we just started asking the entire world to pay attention to us instead.
Ooh, I like that distinction.
Well, that don't make too much sense to me. Sometimes when I was walking in the deep woods at night, I just used to have a good yell, but I didn't expect nobody to answer.
Man was just walking in the woods screaming?
But that silly little mouse. The darkness is always listening, and something will always call back. We just don't know who or what.
I'm having a little trouble following. So it sounds like you had a group of people you trusted, and then just anyone?
That's right. I didn't know who they were. They just started following me. And some of them followed me because they thought I was pretty, and some because they thought I was strange, and some because their friends were following me. Suddenly, I had 1 million mortals who would do anything I wanted them to do, and believe whatever I wanted them to believe. It's easy, you know, little mouse. They want to be controlled, and I can control them all.
This is a very nice inclusion for those such as us mourning the internet we grew up on. Yup.
They want to be controlled? How do you know that?
They live such short, confused lives, full of uncertainty. I'm doing them a favor, Mouseling.
Even if that's true, you still can't read their minds. Maybe they don't want that favor. Maybe they don't know they're uncertain. Heck, maybe they even like uncertainty.
Oh, silly cowboy. They don't know what they want or don't want. You know that. The only problem is that I have so many of them to take care of. The problem with having so many followers is that I have to feed them so much content. Even just playing video games all the time can be a lot of work.
And you said that taking that break didn't do much for you, huh? You were just thinking about all the work you have to do for your followers?
That's right.
It sounds like you might have a bit of an addiction, Betty. I gotta question whether having all these followers is a good thing for you.
Ooh.
Having friends is nice, but these fans and zealots, well, it sounds like you've taken on a big task.
It is. But I can't help that they're so very needy. If they weren't so hungry all the time, I wouldn't have to feed them.
Mitty, I gotta say, you gotta take on some of the burden of this decision to feed all those fans of yours. Feeding them ain't your responsibility, you know. They can beg and whine all they like. You don't need to do a damn thing you don't want to do. And they don't need you as much as they think.
Some of them say that I'm codependent.
Oh.
Well, I think those might be the ones who actually give a damn about you.
Ugh, I don't know. At least there are some that need a little less attention. It's the zealots who are the most demanding.
Remind me again, who are these zealots?
From my Only Zealots page. The website where I show my breasts and vulva.
Right.
Oh yeah, that one.
Don't be scared, little mouse. You're acting like a mortal. It's just squishy parts, we all have them. They're not special.
Oh, fair enough. I'm just not a very European vampire yet. So, these zealots, they take up a lot of your time?
Yes. It's frightfully bothersome. But they're ever so reliable. And someone has to go deal with my landlord and my computer upgrades. And go to prison for me if necessary.
Wow.
Well, dang, it sounds to me like you're asking way too much of each other. This can't be healthy. Isn't there a better amount of interaction on these websites?
Yeah, none.
But I always know best when it comes to the internet. I have more followers than just about anyone, Little Mouse.
Ooh.
There's something more, though, about the internet and how it works. It's a secret, though. Can you keep a secret, Little Mouse?
Nothing you say leaves this room.
Well, the secret is that the internet is changing. Because of me.
Now, hold on.
Maybe I know you've got a lot of followers, but the internet changing to fit you? That's a lot to swallow.
But what if it's true? I think it's true. I really do. I see it changing.
All right, there it is. You think it's true, but you ain't sure. There's mortals and vampires all over that thing. None of us are that special. There's probably a lot of people out there feeling the same thing you are.
Oh, but I know something they don't know.
How do you mean?
I discovered something. Do you know how I told you that the internet used to be a nice way to meet people who thought the way I did?
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, I think I got that.
Well, something there in the darkness is helping me. It makes people think they know me and want to follow me and be close to me, even if they wouldn't normally like me. It has been watching everything the mortals have been doing for a long time, and it remembers all of it, no matter how big or small. It counts every second, it remembers every click, It can tell you what you want before you even know it.
Oh, God.
Well, you gotta be kidding me. Is this some kind of elder vampire?
No, it's the fucking algorithm.
I don't know, but it's growing very quickly.
Oh, Christ.
I learned how to speak with it. It calls itself the algorithm. And it's hungry, even hungrier than we are.
I'm glad that all of us realize that it's the algorithm.
It's the creature that told all those mortals to follow me in the first place. It decides what and how much content I need to make.
Girl.
It's probably listening to us right now. It says, I told you, the darkness is always listening.
Mitty, if what you're saying is true, I think this is some really dangerous shit. This algorithm sounds like it's trying to turn humanity into a big formula.
Oh my God. Oh, that's truer than you think.
But it's doing it. What if all mortals really are just the same?
Mitty, I don't think that's true. You said it yourself. People used to find each other because of their similarities, right? Now this algorithm, I don't think it's proving humanity is all the same. I think it's trying to push humanity all in one direction. It's trying to make them all the same.
Sam! Yes!
But why would it want to do that?
I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about this.
Ooh, me too. Yeah.
Didn't you say that feelings don't make something real?
I know. I don't know. I think I don't know enough to say yet. Maybe.
Nah, you're right. It's bad.
But Mitty, one thing I am sure of is that this algorithm thing is hurting you. It's telling you what content to make. Who the hell is it anyway? I gotta ask you to think about what you want. Pretend there ain't no zealots and there ain't no fans. What would you be doing if they weren't around?
Are you alright, Little Mouse? You've gone quite pale, which is impressive for a vampire. I don't wish to worry you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just tell me you're gonna do something for you this month.
Well, I used to make my own clothing.
Oh.
I could try to do that if it would make you feel better, my sweet little rodent.
What'd make me happy, Mitty, is you doing something just for you. Does that sound good?
All right. I'll try then. I will see you next month.
Of course. You take care of yourself. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've sewed up next time.
Yeah.
Then, farewell, Little Mouse. I hope you find a nice hole to scurry into.
Hey, did you get that stuff about the algorithm? You ever heard about anything like it?
I am not eager to reveal such things to you, but there are sleeping terrors that could certainly consume us if we are unlucky enough for them to awaken.
I love this.
such creature. What Mitty described, a creature that takes note of every small change in nature, sounds like a force of nature itself. I will make inquiries. Do not fear, Samuel.
Please go ask Crimson about the algorithm.
Even if such a beast truly exists, it cannot change our nature, as long as we are true to ourselves. This only proves how important our work is, does it not?
Okay, but that's true though. I like that. Even like, yeah, this is right. Sam is about to wage a one-man war on the internet. Vampires fear the algorithm. CV. The algorithm requires engagement. Oh, I love this game.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I got a little spooked, but we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. No parasocial bullshit. None of this algorithm shit.
You know what might make you feel better? Dancing.
Andy wants him to dance so bad.
I ain't that shook up, Andy. Maybe I'll go down and get me a drink, though.
Yeah.
I will not probe, though I am curious about your aversion to dancing. When you are ready to speak of it, I am here.
You're gonna be waiting a while, boss.
Mouse.
As long as it is less than eternity, I will be here.
Oh, God, I love that line. Screenshot.
Okay, you go do your wise old vampire wizard thing, and I'll go drink some blood. I'll see you later, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
God, I love this game. Time check, 11:42. Okay, I think it's time we pause for the evening.
Another night, another soul canceled.
Holy shit! I did not expect that to go where it did. Where is an empty square? Is that? Yes, that's highlighted. Oof! Oh my god! I love this game so much! My goodness! It's so good! I'm just imagining Andy in a room, like a dark, shadowy room, and it's all like these high back chairs full of ancient vampires, and they're all trying to figure out what the algorithm is. That's so silly. Oh, that's so silly. That's so funny. I am delighted yet again. I know! They're trying to help the eldest one log into their email address. Trying to explain to an elder vampire what makes a secure password. And why it can't be just their real name or like the word password. Right click, no, right click. Trying to explain to vampires the concept of copy and paste. There are actual tears coming out of my eyes. Oh, that's so cute. Mein Liebchen, you must use both upper and lowercase, and a number and a special character. You have to put a security question. What was your mother's maiden name? It's been too many centuries and you've forgotten. You don't remember anymore. And then you have to have this moment of like deep vampire angst that your more innocent past has been lost to you. Oh god. I remember when I was a kid I thought too much of the collective intelligence of humanity and thought that I was clever by making my password on par with password. Because everyone knew you weren't supposed to. Oh. That's adorable though. That's such a kid thing to think. Okay. Anyway, let's pause. Let's pause here. My god, we have so much to look forward to next time. It's amazing. I did save, right? Yeah, I saved just to make sure. Just to make sure. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's go to bed, everyone. We have been seen in so many ways tonight. My God. And yet I feel kind of refreshed and I feel kind of like, yeah, that was fun. That was nice. What a great fucking game. What is this achievement that I got tonight with the clown? It's called There Ought to Be Clowns. I defended a clown who didn't need help. That was that dude. Man, this game's awesome. Okay. Let's go to bed for the evening. Good night, everyone. Oh, I love this game. Okay. Okay. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams, etc. Rest in peace.